Okay, whew, I'm already tearing up a little bit and I haven't even started talking about the story. Hi Loc Loves, my name is Nia. Welcome back to my channel. So this video is a little bit different from my other content. A lot of my videos focus on tips to improve the health and overall appearance of your locks. And I think a lot of those tips may come off in a way that makes it seem as though I have never struggled with my locks. And so in this video, I want to be very, very transparent with you guys and talk to you guys about the lowest point of my journey and what I learned from that low point. Now, I know some of you guys may want to get directly to the tips, but I highly suggest that you listen through the whole thing just to get the full gist of everything that was going on. But if you're short on time and you want to get directly to the tips that I have learned to have a healthier lock journey, then you can just go to this timestamp right here. If you are rocking with me to the entire end, go ahead and get your wine glass. I got mine, or get some tea if you are a non-alcoholic drinker or whatever you do. Whew, I'm already tearing up a little bit. So let me just get right into it. So I got my locks in October of 2017. And I will just say, like, my loctician that I had was very, very talented. She did a great job. But the energy was a little bit off to me. And so something happened that I thought was pretty unprofessional. And so by the end of 2018, I decided to move on and no longer go to her. I just knew it wasn't right for me anymore. November 2018, also my mom got sick. And so at that time, we really didn't know what was going on. She had to go to the hospital. She was in the hospital for a few days. And we were just kind of trying to figure out what was going on. Doctors really didn't know. So when she was in and out of the hospital, I had my little brother and sister with me. I'm the oldest of four. There's my brother Eric, who's 19. And then my younger siblings are 10 and 8. And so, yeah, there's a big age gap. And so my younger siblings go to the school that I work at. So it made sense for them to come and stay with me while my mom was in the hospital. And so fast forward to January of 2019, my mom was diagnosed with cancer and had a very intensive surgery that had a really long recovery process. And so as you guys could probably understand, my hair was not a major concern for me at that time. At that time, me and my husband were pretty much caring for my little brother and sister full time. They were living with us. I was taking them to school, and we were visiting my mom at the hospital every so often. At that time, I was also not getting my hair retightened, and I wasn't thinking about my hair as much as I typically was, and my whole aesthetic just definitely changed. I wasn't taking care of my skin. I wasn't taking care of my weight. I was the largest I had ever been in my life. And it was a really hard time. I thought I was going to lose my mom. And so I asked my husband, I remember asking him, because we were taking care of my little brother and sister, and I didn't know, when something like this happens, you just start thinking about I start thinking of all the ways that I'm going to have to show up for people because I am the oldest. So it's my job to take care of them. They're my little folks. They're my siblings. And so I knew that if anything happened, then I would want to step up and take care of my siblings. And so I asked my husband if I didn't want to have biological children because I wanted to take care of my little brother and sister, if he would still want to be in this relationship. I was just letting him know, like, hey, if having biological children, if that's like a must for you, just let me know. And he told me, he was like, no, I would never leave you. I'm obsessed with you. And so my husband, anybody who knows my husband, he doesn't really say sweet things often. So when he says something like that, it's super genuine. And so I was like, oh gosh, he's obsessed with me. I'm not obsessed with me. I feel like I look like crap. My locks were hanging on by a thread. I was gaining a lot of weight. My skin was not looking the best. And I just was in a very, very sad state. And so, but when he said that, my mind went to, well, if he's obsessed with me, then I want to be obsessed with me. How can I become obsessed with myself again? How can I get myself to a place where I truly love myself? And long story short, at this time, I had a very pessimistic attitude. I would wake up every morning and I would just say, I can't do this anymore. I can't I can't see my mom in pain anymore. I can keep up my grades in grad school and go to work and take care of my siblings. I don't know how much more I can take. I can't do this. Well, one day I just was thinking to myself, and I'm like, you keep saying you can't, but every morning you're showing yourself you can. Every morning you get up and you can. So I thought that I was to a place where this was just how I looked. I was not going to look any better. I can't do any more. But I started thinking, in all these other facets of my life, ooh, I'm going to drink some wine. In all these other facets of my life, school, work, taking care of my siblings, helping my mom, I can. So a lot of times in life, you'll get to a point where you're telling yourself I can't, but if you're still moving, you can. And so I was like, I can do this. And so then I committed to just getting my mental health and getting my life back to the way that I wanted it to be. I wanted to be happy again. I could fight for my happiness and I could fight for my life. So I started going to therapy and I really committed to making my life what I wanted it to look like. And a part of that was keeping up with my appearances. So I started watching tons of YouTube videos with girls with Sisterlocks, and I decided I'm going to commit to styling my hair every day. So I wasn't getting retightenings. And I said I was going to commit to styling my hair every day. So I did. And my hair was not retightened. So then I'm like, oh, let me just try to do this. So I watched one video. And I got a tool and started retightening my hair. Did not go so well. And also I had been styling my hair on unretightened hair every day for a long time. Needless to say, that did not go so well. And I lost a lock. And then I was like, oh, this is horrible. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to do all these different things. They're not working. Blah. But life moved on. Life went on. And so I said, okay, Nia, let's regroup. You really focused on aesthetics and you were styling your hair every day and it was looking cute. Now let's focus on health and aesthetics. So then I really dived into learning more about locks, learning more about micro locks, sister locks, and how I can make my hair the healthiest possible. And so I committed myself to that. And then I committed myself to also finding a professional who could help me with my hair. Now, the person who I found is not certified, but they are a loctician. They know about locks. They know more about hair than me. So I started going to her, and that helped. So now here we are. My mom is completely cancer-free and healthy, and I feel like my hair is in the best state that it's ever been. I have been going to my loctician for about a year now, but I haven't been seeing her since quarantine started. And because my mom and some other people in my family still have compromised immune systems, I am not in the space where I feel comfortable going to a loctician. So that time in my life where my hair reached rock bottom really taught me a lot. One of the first things it taught me was that when you lose a lock, life goes on. Or when you have to combine locks, life goes on. If you see my hair right now, you don't look at it and think, oh, she's lost a lock. She's got a combined lock. You don't even know. You just see my hair. And there's no one in my real life that I know who's had sister locks for more than 5 years that hasn't had to either one, combine a lock, or two, has lost a lock. Most people have had both happen to them, and it's okay. Life goes on. So that's the first thing. The second thing is when a lock is hanging on there by a thread, leave it alone, sis. Leave him alone. Let him hang out. Unless you know yourself how to fix him, then you go ahead and fix him, or you try your best to leave it alone until you can see your loctician. So I know that if I have a lock hanging on by a thread, a lot of times my loctician, she'll be better about going in there and fixing it than I am. And so me checking on it, which is what I did when I felt that my lock was hanging on there by a thread, I just kept on checking on it and checking on it and checking on it. And then one day I was checking on it, and while I was looking at it, it literally just popped off. That's the only lock I've ever lost. So now when I have a lock that's hanging on there by a thread, I leave sis be. I leave it alone and wait till I can go to my loctician and she'll help me with that, whether that be combining or maybe it just needs to be retightened or maybe, you know, you never know. And so when you have a lock that's going to snap, leave it be. Three. Third big takeaway. When you have not had a retightening in a long time, you really want to limit styling. And that was a big thing that it messed up on. I was trying my best to put more effort into my appearance. And by putting more effort into my appearance, I thought, let me style my hair every day to make myself feel better about myself. And that worked. I think sometimes when we're in a space and we're in a rut, even if we go forward and we make a mistake, at least we're moving. You know, at least we're doing something. So that was something that I made a mistake and now I'm telling you guys, so hopefully you don't have to make that same mistake. Fourth big takeaway. Stress can lead to major breakage. Not only did that time in my life where I was super stressed out, not only did it lead to breakage, I'm pretty sure the rate of hair growth slowed down quite a bit. My hair is growing a lot now, and the parts on the sides where I had some thinning, they are not like that at all. Like actually you can see I feel like a little Wolverine. Like the sides are just coming in like crazy. And before it was getting kind of sparse. And I think that was because of stress. So we really need to prioritize our mental health and prioritize just our home-work-life balance and all the different things going on in our life that can bring us stress, because that does impact your hair. I know for sure it impacted mine. I was like having thinning and all kinds of other stuff from stress. So definitely prioritize yourselves, ladies. Fifth big takeaway. So locks are a low maintenance hairstyle, not a no maintenance hairstyle. I definitely have gone like a month and a half without doing anything to my hair. That's when I was at the lowest point. Not retightening it. I was not looking for anyone to retighten it. I was not moisturizing it. The only thing I was doing is when it got stinky, I was washing it. You know, we're real big on hygiene over here. I was not walking around with dirty hair, but that was it. I was not doing anything to it. I was washing it every so often, and that was it. And I really, really, truly saw my hair just turn into a hot mess, essentially. So remember, locks are low maintenance, but they're not zero maintenance. Lastly, there's nothing selfish or silly about prioritizing your appearance. I know that sometimes women, we can be made to feel like things that we care about are stupid or they're not important or they're selfish, and that is not the case. I show up better for everybody in my life who needs me. I feel that I am bringing forth the best appearance that I can. There's nothing selfish or nothing silly about it. I used to feel insecure about telling people that I had a YouTube channel that focused on just beauty related things. And then I started to think, why do I feel silly about that? Beautifying ourselves is not something that's silly. It's not something that's trivial. It's a part of self-care, and self-care is so important. So if there's anything I want you guys to take away from this, is to love yourself. Everyone who comes onto this channel, know that you are beautiful inside and out, and whatever you feel like you need to do to create an appearance that you feel happy about, please go forth and do that. I hope that you guys are leaving with at least some information that rung true to your spirit. So if you like this video, please like and please comment. Please tell me any takeaways that you had. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please drop a smiley face in the comment section and please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys.